Does wishing drop dead after a stranger who has just insulted me actually have any power if I am following the path of magic? And can people who walk the path of magic respond in this way to verbal attacks or insults from strangers? Can a verbally attacked stranger actually die? What consequences can drop dead lead to? What actions deserve a mage's response? Does a verbal insult warrant it? When will such a response have power? And how can one find out about the consequences? So, the first part of this question is actually a continuation of the answer for you, colleague. Yes, emotional energy needs an outlet. If a person follows this path, specifically, the path of practicing magic, water, astral magic, astral control over their own power, then the kind of behavior and attitude towards the world around them that Tatyana Petrovna described is actually very much the right one. Because to act otherwise would cause you great harm, as otherwise the water will start to consume you from within. If you don't let your anger out, it will turn against you, so it absolutely must be released. But, returning to Tatyana Petrovna's question, we see that she says a mage should have a worthy response, a worthy insult to an insult. But here, the positioning is a little different. If a witch or sorcerer who practices water magic, astral control over their own power, can behave this way, then when we speak of a mage of any other tradition, such behavior is not permissible. It is not acceptable. It depends on how the person feels and positions themselves. Because if we're talking about a mage who follows the path of light, they must reconcile themselves and the person with reality in every point of contact. That's their job. They must turn insult into something positive and their own anger into something constructive. And with this emotional outburst, create something new, something real in this world. This is not about goodness, it's about expediency. A mage of the path of light will find a place for everything. Yes, they act on the principle of appropriateness, as was bequeathed to them by the founder of the channel and the path, Apollo, also known as Phoebus. He said, first, know thyself. Then he said, keep to the middle ground. And then he said, everything must be appropriate. His position was precisely expressed by the Greek philosophers Plato and later Aristotle. It's a different matter how a mage of the dark path would act. A mage of the dark path would take this as an insult, treat the insult as a free source of power, absorb it and digest it, and with this power, they would establish certain additional rights for themselves, as if presenting reality with a bill. Look, your slave has insulted me, a free person. Come on, pay up. That's what a mage of the dark path would say. And they would be right. Water magic is related to the dark path. But it doesn't interact with reality as needs arise. It simply takes from reality whatever it wants. And this is the development of oneself on the proto-foundation of freedom. I hope, colleagues, that I've explained clearly how it happens purely mechanically and technically.